child with wife Hilaria, and also could be facing criminal charges for his role in the accidental fatal shooting of cinematographer Helena Hutchins last year on the set of the film Rust.
Yes, well, meanwhile, in other news, Shakira, the singer, could be facing 8 years in jail as she goes on trial for tax fraud of €14.5 million.
But it's not a good year for her, because didn't she break up with her husband very recently?
Did she? I didn't hear that.
I'm a big Shakira fan.
Good news for some of us. Gerard Piqué is very handsome.
But there's good news too, as new mum Rihanna, love that, will be headlining the Super Bowl show. She refused to gig in 2019 to mark solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah, we're just showing pictures of Rihanna there and her husband, A$AP Rocky there. I'm sure most people are like, who are these people? Who are Shakira and Rihanna and Alec Baldwin?
Got to know Shakira and Rihanna.
Well, here to give us more details about all of these stories is Ellie Phillips. She's a showbiz reporter and broadcaster. Tell us more. I mean, let's start with Alec Baldwin. Of course, people will remember there was a fatal accident where he shot at a cinematographer. She, of course, sadly died, but he's actually facing criminal charges now.
So potentially, what's happened is, so this all happened in New Mexico last October. And what's happened now is District Attorney in Santa Fe has said that they are wanting to take him to court. They've named him as one of 4 that may go to court. So they're asking for the state of New Mexico to give them loads of money. They're asking for about €1 million or £1 million in total, so that they can hire some top attorneys to take 4 individuals to court over the shooting of Helena Hutchins. So these will be the first criminal charges he faces if it goes to that. And they've said that they will be looking into possibility of murder charges. Yeah, which is probably the biggest thing that's come out of this, because he's always said that he's innocent of this, that it was an accident. And he's actually said that he didn't pull the trigger, that there was some kind of fault that happened and that's why it went off. So this is the first time that he may face criminal charges. There are also some civil cases going on against him at the moment. So Helena Hutchins' family themselves, they're taking him to court. They're in a civil proceeding with him against, the murder, the killing of her. Yeah, saying that it was a wrongful killing. So that's their lawsuit. And there's another one. There's quite a few going on about people involved in the production who said that they've been traumatised by it and things like that. So
all whilst he has he's got a new baby, a 7th child.
Well, it's actually his 8th child. So he has one. Yeah, he has one with his ex-wife, and this is his 7th with his current wife.
He's a busy man, isn't he?
He is very busy. He's got a lot going on.
But, I mean, obviously you don't want to speculate too much on what's going on, but I mean, it is surprising in the sense that, I would have assumed that the case would be against the kind of production company, because there is freak accidents do happen, and a kind of possible murder charge seems incredibly.
It really does. That's the kind of shocking thing that's come out of this. Is they said, we're looking at homicide charges and things like that. And you're so right in saying that, because previously Alec Baldwin had said he was a producer on the film, but he was involved with kind of the casting and things like that. He wasn't involved in any of the safety elements of it. So he said that in his contract that protected him from lawsuits. So this is why it's interesting that now they're naming him as someone they may be going against, and said that he might be one of the named defendants of the 4 they're looking at going after in this. Wow. And he's actually started moving around some assets, and people are speculating this is to free up some cash. So last week he actually put one of his properties, it's this huge property, it's worth $29 million in the Hamptons. He's put that up for sale.
Oh, really?
He sold an upstate property in New York earlier this year for about $500,000. He's still got 2 other properties, I wouldn't worry. He's not going to have nowhere to live. I wouldn't stress about that.
Crying over his £29 million.
No, but he earned it.
Look, let's talk to us about Shakira, because she's facing jail potentially. She's alleged tax fraud of €14.5 million. Yep. I didn't even know she'd broken up with her husband Gerard.
Yes, this is not a good year for her.
It's a really, really bad year for Shakira. So let's talk about Gerard Piqué. He's a Barcelona footballer. They broke up in May. They shared 2 children together. They were never married. They were together for 11 years. Unfortunately, he already has a new girlfriend.
Of course.
This 23-year-old PR executive. But yes, so they've separated. And the issue revolves around her tax status. So In 2011, she met Gerard. She then moved to Barcelona, but she didn't register as a full tax resident in Spain until 2015. So Spanish authorities are saying that she owed $13 million worth of tax from 2012, 2013 and 2014. At that point, she was still registered as a resident of Bahamas, but investigators trawled her social media and investigated her favourite hairdressers in Barcelona to prove that she'd spent more than 131 days in Spain each year, which makes her a resident of the country, and therefore she has to pay tax to Spain on her international earnings, which are obviously vast. However, what's interesting about this is she's already paid the money. She's already paid 13 million and the interest, which is thought to be about 3 million on top of that. But the Spanish authorities still want her to go to trial, and she now is going to trial. She was in order to go to trial, and she could face up to 8 years for allegedly committing this fraud.
Oh dear. Well, the fact that she paid it shows that maybe for her it wasn't, it was a mistake. Who knows?
Or